So, Alex.
Welcome to the first
Oh, wait.
Oh, what?
I'm going.
Oh, you're going.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
I'm going to talk. No, I'm going first.
You're going first. We have a thing at the beginning?
Yeah, I started with So, Alex.
Oh, okay. So, all right. Sorry,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Okay. So, Alex,
Yes.
I went to the gym again today. And basically the last time I've been to the gym was probably that last episode we did where I talked about the gym.
See, okay, you saying that like shatters my perception of you because people come up and they'll be like, "Hey, Alex, you know your friend Dean?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, I know Dean. What do you think he's doing right now?" And I tell him, "Well, he's probably at the gym."
He's a gym rat.
Yeah, he's always at the gym.
He's
That's
beast
where
mode,
he is.
right? That's my buddy Dean is beast mode. That's what you say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. So to hear that it's been months since you've been to the gym?
It's been many months. I've had a lot of cheeseburgers in the meantime, a lot of pizza, a lot of gummy candies. I really like those.
I feel like you made a liar out of me.
Yeah, well, okay, but I'm back. So like if you come across people, now you can say that because I have like basically 3 weeks until I have to stand up in front of 150 people in a suit. So I want to not have to suck in the whole time.
Yeah, okay. I'm sure that what did you say? The cheeseburgers and the pizza that you've been eating?
So good.
You're already a pretty scrawny dude, like a small dude.
Yeah, I am a small dude. That's true.
So I'm sure you're fine.
It's true. They don't do like a large number on me.
No.
It's really okay. But I feel like
I understand where you're coming from though.
Yeah, if I'm going to be standing up in front of people, this is the time when I should be like try to look like the best I can. So,
and it makes sense to start about 20 days before.
Of course, right? Yeah. So that's the way I do it. Like everything to the last minute. So now it's 20 days before the wedding, and I am going to basically go 20 days to the gym.
Yeah, so you'll like kill yourself in between this time.
Yeah, like only eat salad from now on and absolutely kill myself every day in the gym.
Yep.
And then as soon as the wedding is over, done. I'm done. For months, again, I'll be done. But
well, you'll be done forever after that. You're married, you're done. You don't have to stand up in front of
yeah, that's true.
Again.
I'll never have to stand in front of those people again, so I can just be done for good. That is true.
Yep.
Yeah, so if you remember the last time when I went to the gym, my story was that I have trouble seeing people
because you don't wear your glasses.
I don't wear my glasses. Yeah, I don't wear my glasses when I work out. So today I went back to the gym, no glasses. There's new treadmills. No problem. They have a nice big like quick start little menu so I can like just see the big buttons and hit them and I'm good. I'm on the new treadmill. I panicked for a little bit, but I was like, no, it's cool. I can see the buttons. They're nice and big. Got it. Running on the treadmill.
Yes.
A couple people come in, and I'm just like, hey, I'm not gonna wave to those people. But then a woman comes in that we've worked a lot together lately, so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna pause the music. I think she'll probably try to wave or something. She does. I see the wave. I wave back. We're good. Like I'm just nailing this gym.
Yeah, this is perfect.
I'm so
maybe you
good
needed
today.
that break.
Exactly. Like I'm so good today. I'm so on. I'm just like I'm not a weirdo at the gym anymore. I'm just like I don't have glasses on, but no one can tell. Right. So I go into I'm done my run and I go into the change room and I have my routine that I do, but it's been a while, so maybe I might forget something in the routine. Mm-hmm. So anyways, I start getting my stuff ready for the shower. I got all my shampoo and everything. And I get into the shower, I have a shower, and I open up the curtain. I was like, shoot, my routine, I forgot to hang a towel.
Someone's in there. Oh.
No, someone wasn't there. I checked.
It's the girl who waved at you from before. Full circle.
So the routine that I would have messed up there was like the bathroom that I went into.
Right.
The change
You're
room
not
I went
wearing
to.
You're not wearing glasses, contacts, nothing like that. You were in the wrong
I
bathroom.
totally went to the wrong change room. No.
Right.
So I went in, did the shower. I forgot to put the towel on the little hook that's right by the shower. No problem. There's nobody in there, and there's just like a little towel cupboard. So no problem at all. So I walk over, open it up. There isn't a single towel in the towel cupboard.
And those it's not like you can just kind of shake off because there's such a humidity in those.
It is so hot in there, and
you'll never dry.
And now I'm nervous. So like now I'm sweating. So I am wet, I'm naked, and I'm panicking. I need to get back to work. Like, I can't just stand there and dry. I won't dry.
Right.
Luckily, I had a hoodie with me. So what I had to do was I had to put on the hoodie and sort of use that as drying. Okay. And also use the hoodie on the parts of the body that it doesn't fit on.
Right. So that's why I'm curious why you put the hoodie on to dry yourself and not just like use it as a towel.
Well, it's pretty good for the upper body. If you just like put it on and then just start dabbing yourself.
Ah, okay.
It's not bad.
So like the inside soaks up the top half.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and here's the thing.
The thing.
Hoodies are not made to be towels.
Absolutely not.
No. So they did not do a great job.
They work as well as the... Have you ever tried to clean up a mess with like brown paper towel?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it just pushes the mess.
It pushes it around. Yeah, it pushes the mess around. So that's basically a hoodie. It just pushed the water around. I was able to make it out of there not super, super wet.
Okay.
So that's good. Like I was still, my feet were kind of wet. You know, I kind of had to put my foot in a wet sock.
Oh,
or
well,
like
not
my
a
foot
wet
was
sock.
my foot was wet. The sock became wet after a little bit.
Right.
It was really uncomfortable. It was basically traumatizing for my return to the gym.
and you were on high.
I was on a high.
That.
I was like, I am crushing the gym.
Yeah.
Last time I had all these problems. This
you
time
nailed the wave.
Yeah, exactly. I nailed the wave.
You could see the buttons. Yeah.
I had a good run. Could see the buttons. Everything was great. Like everything was just going great. And I forgot the one thing in my routine, which was check for a towel.
Towel.
I've never had a towel not be there before.
So in order to buy those new treadmills, they actually had to let the towel guy go.
Yes, of course. Towel.
Yeah.
They got the towel budget.
Right.
Those treadmills were super nice. Like, they were awesome. So,
yeah.
I understand that. That's a good point. Yeah,
just go shower at home. But no, you shower during the middle of your work day.
So, I got to bring...
your commute is like an hour and a half.
Yeah, I can't shower at home. I can't do that.
No.
Actually, now that you bring it up, though, it'd probably be quicker if I just woke up, rolled out of bed, went to work, and showered there in the morning.
There you go. Why are you showering at home? Why are you even going home anymore?
Yeah.
There's a shower there. There's a gym there. I'm sure there's a vending machine. There's food.
There is. There's a cafeteria.
Why do you go home?
I don't know. I could just punch into work super early and go eat my breakfast, shower. It'll be like I've been working for an hour and a half, but I haven't.
Right, Miss Laura, call her.
Yeah, that's
the same thing.
There's FaceTime.
Give her a call. Yeah,
FaceTime. Yeah, it's like you're there.
Perfect. So we've just decided now, because of this gym story, that you're going to move into your work.
We did decide that. Yeah, we did decide that. You and me, like the two important people in the relationship between me and Laura, you and me, decided to do that. Right. So I might have to run it by her. I might run it by her. But I think it should be fine. I think it should work out.
That's the thing. Like you're at this point now where the two of you are probably just so synced that she's already been thinking this.
Yeah. It'll be just exactly. We'll say it at the same time.
Right. So you'll come in. You'll be like, "Hey, Laura, I was thinking about," and she'll be like, "You live at work."
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
She's been thinking about that since you moved in together.
Okay. Well,
maybe he could move out.
The one thing I will do though is I will bring my own towel.
Well, of course.
Yeah, because I'm not sure about that situation anymore.
But Laura doesn't want you to take the towels that are there, so you're going to have to buy a new towel.
I'll buy a new one, yeah. I'll buy a new one.
She's not going to let you take that. That's crossing the line.
What do towels go for these days?
Like $50, $60, something like that.
Whoa, okay.
That's right?
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't think I've ever bought a towel. I have towels. I feel like I feel like when I enter a house, there's just a towel there already. So
exactly.
I have no idea.
Yeah, how do they get there?
They're just there. I feel like they build them. Like when they build the house, the towels
they
just come with it.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So maybe I'm not the best person to ask about how much a towel costs.
Give me a towel quote.
Right. Because usually the towels cost
nothing.
No, they're probably factored into the price of the house, but I don't ever look at like the breakdown.
True, yeah.
I just look at the big number. I'm a big number kind of guy. Big idea.
Yeah, next time like I move, I'm gonna leave towels in the house. How gross would that be?
I would just throw it away.
Yeah. If you just moved into a house and there was towels
Actually-
on the rack.
Actually, so when I moved into this house, it was a foreclosure. There weren't towels on the rack. There were like towels on the floor down in the basement.
Well, that's quite worse.
Yes, because they were like damp. I don't know if they were damp because of like the humidity in the basement or...
Wow, if we have to go with like times worse that is than having just a towel left on the rack, it's probably 1,000 times worse.
Probably.
Yeah.
I did think when we had just bought the house, that it was some kind of like drop location for some
Ooh.
shady. So
Interesting.
So downstairs in our basement, you saw the ceiling. It has that drop ceiling, and you can move the panels over and
Definitely,
get up in
yeah.
there. Well, we had moved a panel over,
Oh.
and what did we find up there?
Cash.
Duffel bags. Duffel
Oh.
bags.
Duffel bags.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
That
Hidden duffel bags.
that's shady.
That is shady. That's shady.
And they didn't have any cash in them?
No, not a single dollar.
They made
Yeah.
away with all the cash.
All of
but
it.
they left the bags. They don't
They
need
left
the
the
bags
bags.
anymore.
We had like 4 duffel bags, so
So your house came with duffel bags.
it did.
Yeah.
And I think towels too. But
Towels and duffel bags.
Yep. Every house comes with them. Welcome to the First Last podcast with Alex and Dean. Of course, I'm Alex. Do I need to say that?
Well, you do have to say it in case people have not heard your voice before.
Okay, so of course I'm Alex. But would that be an of course at this point? If they're new to it, they wouldn't really know.
That's true, but I did lead off the show with "So Alex."
You did.
So I think of course Alex was correct.
Of course I'm Alex. And
Of course I'm Dean is incorrect because we haven't mentioned my name yet.
no, I try not to.
Yeah. So I am Dean though.
Right.
No, of course.
Yeah. Before we get into the show here, I actually have something that we need to talk about. This is kind of I don't know if confession is the right word
We're gonna get real here.
for it. We're getting real. Maybe we can call it an intervention.
Okay. Yeah.
Because like I would like to conduct an intervention on us. Because that's usually the person who runs these, right? The people who are being intervented upon.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. You basically set it up for yourself.
Sarah watches that show. I kind of drift in and out, and so
Yeah.
I feel like I kind of got like the basic premise of it, and that's
Yeah,
what I
I think
took
you
from
got the idea exactly.
it. Awesome.
Yeah.
So what I want to do is I want to start it off kind of like it's gonna be like a high schooler's essay. All right, they give you different prompts, or not prompts, but like opening. Ways to open up an essay. They give you ideas. Some
Right.
of them are with an anecdote.
Yes.
Some of them are in other things that I'm just not thinking of at this particular moment. But one of those is to open it up with a definition.
Okay. Hit me with a definition.
All right, and the one that I would like to start off with is sham, a thing that is not what is purported to be.
Okay.
Now, why did I choose the word sham? Also, another definition of sham is bogus or false.
Okay.
So
Why?
that just to give you some more, give you more definition there.
Yeah.
I already mentioned what the name of the show was, right? First, last. We mention it every time. And every time we also mention the premise of the show. The premise of the show is that we watch the first episode of a TV show, we watch the last episode of a TV show, and we rate it based off of those 2 episodes.
Yes, and we are experts.
We're experts at them.
We watch the first, we watch the last. We are experts of the show.
And here's the thing. If we're not experts on the show after watching the first and the last, this is something that I feel like we've sort of neglected, this portion of it. If we're not experts by the end of our viewing period, it's not our fault. It's
It's not. It would definitely not be our fault.
No. It is the fault of the show itself.
Yes.
The show did not do a good enough job of of giving the viewer everything he or she would need to become an expert.
Yes. Yes. So you know what, Alex? I get where you're going with this because since you're doing this confession, I think I need to come forward too. I get where you're going. There have been shows where I have not been an expert on them.
Right.
I watched the first. I watched the last. I was not an expert, and I claimed to be on this podcast.
Sham.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also shame.
Yeah. Shame and sham. Yeah.
Shame
very
and
similar
sham.
words.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. So I think.
I'm right there with you. I'm not gonna, normally I am up on that high horse. That's where I like to spend most of my time is on the high horse.
Oh yeah, almost all the time.
Almost all the time. But I'm gonna come down. You know what? I'm not gonna come down off the horse. I'm gonna make the horse kneel down. Okay.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So I'm almost down there with you. I'm just a little bit above though.
Yeah, he's very, very trained. That horse. He's going kneeling down on his front haunches.
Yes.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm right there with you. Like you, I have claimed to be an expert for shows where I knew very well, even before we started the show, the podcast even, that I wasn't an expert.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
Yeah. So here's the thing. If you watch the pilot and you watch the finale, you should be an expert. We came into this podcast thinking, oh, we've got the brilliant idea. That's what makes you an expert on the show. And then we came across shows where that wasn't the case. So like you said, that is the fault of the show.
Yeah, it's not our fault.
Yeah.
It's kind of our fault that we didn't tell you that we weren't experts, that we led you to believe that we knew what we were talking about.
Yes, I guess if you want to say lies were our fault, I guess that's true.
Right, but it wasn't our fault that we lied.
No, of course not.
The show made us lie. We lied. I'm owning up to that right now. We lied.
Almost
we were fake.
Many
we
times.
Pretended. We feigned. We simulated.
We've lied
we were
many
false.
times.
We were artificial. We were bogus, insincere, contrived, affected, make believe, fictitious. Click here for more.
That is first last podcast.
Yes. Yeah. That and
just
we can't
just
do
call
it
us.
anymore.
Click here for more.
We can't do it anymore.
No.
We just can't. I feel like my life is a sham, and I don't like living in this shame.
I know. Me too. So here's what we're going to do. If you watch the first and you watch the last, you should be an expert. But if your show sucks, and
let's face it, if you watch the first and you watch the last and you're not an expert at the show sucks.
Exactly. If we are not experts at the show after that time, your show sucks.
Yep.
And if we are experts, your show's great.
Mm-hmm. And the ratings will reflect
the ratings will reflect that, and that is how you should rate a first last show.
Right.
So we are apologizing for being
liars.
We're apologizing for being liars, but we were forced into it. We were forced into it. You
can apologize.
I've never heard you apologize.
I have never once apologized.
Yeah, so I'll apologize for us.
No, for yourself.
I'll apologize for myself.
Perfect.
And from here on out, we are not going to claim to be experts. But if the show leaves us as not experts, the ratings are going to reflect it.
Yes. I will agree with that.
So what show is up on the chopping block tonight?
All right. Get the horse back up. It was my pick. And I decided that I wanted to do something that we've never, because we're turning over a new leaf with this episode.
Yes, a new leaf of honesty.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And so I wanted to do a style of show that we have never done in the past. Okay. This is episode 22. I think we talked about it briefly before we started.
We did. I think you were correct.
Might be. I don't know. Don't call me a liar. But the style that I wanted to try this time is one that I'm not too familiar with. Okay, I've watched some, not many. But I decided that we would try out an anime.
Yeah, I am not familiar with anime at all.
I think I can count
so much
on my single hand.
Okay.
Ones that I've actually completed.
I am so much not familiar with anime that when I turned it on, I was like, oh shit, I gotta read?
What did you have to read?
The subtitles.
The
Did you watch a version where you did not have to read?
Oh yeah. The one that I watched was
No.
dubbed. Yeah.
I had to read it all.
I'm not reading. Don't be
Which
ridiculous.
It was
That-
not a problem, but
that's
like
way
it
too
was a
much work.
problem.
That's way too much work. So usually, anime will either come dubbed, subbed, or both. And
What? How did... Okay, so when I turn on Netflix and I click on the show and it's subtitled, is there a way for me to change? There's a way for me to get, like, dubbed?
absolutely.
Oh, I suck. Okay, I gotta go back and watch it right now. Pausing the
Okay.
podcast. Pause.
Yep. Stop it.
I gotta go back and watch it with the dubbed.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll come back in about 40 minutes. It should take about that long.
Okay, I'm back. I watched it and I watched it dubbed. We're all good.
Okay. Fantastic.
Yeah.
So Death Note is a show that I had first watched. Boy, what was it? Not that long ago. Maybe like a year or two ago.
Okay.
And this was before we had done our show. Started our show. First last.
Okay, wait. Before we done...
First
Death
last. No,
Oh,
no,
okay,
no.
before we done the
yeah,
pod.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay,
So,
okay.
well, of course. I mean, still, you could say that too.
Yeah.
2 years ago,
true
we
both
hadn't done
ways.
this episode.
Yeah, we're all about truth. We
All
say
about truth.
things that are true in both ways, both shows.
Right. So I had watched this, and I got to the second episode, and I realized this is starting to feel like filler. This one.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know what? Back then, I feel like it was with this show that it sort of birthed the idea. But
Right. Yeah.
but yeah, I'm going to take credit for this idea because we don't lie anymore on this show. The idea for this
Right.
show was mine, and
Yeah.
by this show I mean First Last Podcast, not the Death Note anime.
Exactly. Yes.
Right, because
The
that was
idea
already
for
out by the
First-
time that I had the show they had the idea for this show.
Yes, the idea for First Last was yours, except for the part where it was mine. But
Right.
like all of the other parts were like it was your idea, but like when
Yeah,
it comes
so
to the
take-
idea, it was mine.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
there's the whole part where it was your idea, but we're
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
set that aside and talk about
Right.
the part where it was my idea.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So no, we're doing Death Note today, and I have actually watched the whole show of this, but it hadn't been in a couple of years that I watched it.
Okay,
and
cool.
So I didn't remember all of it.
Okay, yeah.
So
let's,
this was the
let's
perfect
also,
opportunity.
Let's also set it up a bit that you're a bit of a Death Note fanatic, where you have watched the TV series, you've read the comic, and you've watched the new Netflix movie.
Right. I mean, I don't know if I'm a fanatic,
Okay, so maybe some would say an expert.
but like all the I am now.
Yes. Okay.
Maybe
okay.
spoilers for the ratings.
Right. So I have not watched any of the anime. I have read a bit of the comic because Alex
Merry
seems
Christmas.
he seems like he's rough around the edges on this show. But so far on this show, I've talked about reading a few books and I've talked about reading a comic, and they've all been from Alex. I promise I do buy my own stuff.
Yeah, you
But
recommend
Alex-
things to me all the time.
Alex is a very giving person, and
I thought we weren't going to lie.
he gifted me Death Note for Christmas, and so I have read a little bit of it, but I have not watched that Netflix movie. But yeah,
You're
so that's
not
that's
missing
how
anything. I'm going to be
that's
honest
how
with
I
that
came
one.
into it. Yeah. I came into it with a little bit of knowledge because I'm a couple chapters into that comic, but yeah, I've never seen the anime.
Okay, awesome. The premise of this story is the main character, Light. All right, he's a high school student living in Japan. He's a honor roll. All right, he's one of the most intelligent kids in the entire country.
Yeah, it it is made evident very early that he's very smart.
Yes.
A very smart kid.
He definitely feels like he is better than you, but at the same time, he is better than you. He comes in with a test score, and his mom just like takes it and is like, "Oh, the smartest kid in the world again? You're the best." Yeah.
Yeah, so it's
Let
very
me know what
clear
you want for
he is,
dinner. I'll make you anything you want.
Exactly. It's very clear that he thinks he's better than you, but it also is because he is.
Yeah, he is better than you.
Yeah, he is, yeah.
So he's sitting in school, and he sees this notebook drop from the sky, essentially. He goes out there, picks it up, and on the front cover it says Death Note. And inside there's rules written down. Mm-hmm. And it's I think rule number 1 is whoever's name is written down in this notebook will die.
Dead.
You have to. The second one is you have to picture the person's face when you write down the name, because let's face it, there's a lot of John Smiths in the world. So if you wrote John Smith in this Death Note, you're killing off like a quarter of the population.
Yeah, and I like really love this rule. Obviously because of that reason, but also because I feel like it was something that came up like after they came up with rule number 1.
Right, isn't this
like
a great idea? And someone's like, what?
Yeah, they're just like, okay, I got this great idea. We got this book, and you just write anyone's name in it, and they die. And then someone's like, you and me have the same name, John Smith.
Right, and he's like, oh, man, I left out the part where, and he just came up with it right on the spot.
Exactly, yeah, that's why I like it, yeah.
Right, and the third one, I think, is you can write in the cause of death, or if you don't in 40 seconds, the person will die of a heart attack.
Yes, right. So you can kill them in any way you want, but if you don't write anything, heart attack.
Yes. Yeah. So, first of all, Dean, say you're out walking around.
Okay, right? I'm out walking around.
You're out walking around, and you see this Death Note just chilling in the grass.
Okay.
All right. First of all, are you going to pick it up?
100% yes, I will pick it up.
Absolutely, you're going to pick it up?
Yeah, 100%.
That's the only correct answer. That's the only one I would have accepted.
Yeah.
You open it up. You read those 3 rules. What's your first thought?
My first thought is, this is kind of cool. I'm going to bring it home with me and Google it.
And Google it?
Yeah.
Okay. Light has a similar reaction when he finds it. He picks it up. He brings it home. He does not Google it, however. All right, so that's where these 2 paths diverge.
That's where me and Light
took the road probably most traveled. Most people would probably Google it.
Yes. When I first watched the show, and it was like, because I just watched the show and it was dubbed, but when I first watched the show and it was subtitled, I was able to hear that his mom calls him Lighto. So I kind of like that. I might call him Lighto for the rest of this.
Lighto? Okay.
Yeah, Lighto. So that's where me and Lighto take separate paths. Is I would have just gone home and been like, Death Note, WTF? ? That will be going to Google. He did not.
Lighto sounds like a dog's name. Like that'd be maybe because of like Fido. Lighto.
Oh yeah.
Come on, Lighto. Come on.
Lighto. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so you would Google it. Say you didn't find anything out. You know, it came up.
Okay.
Google in the entirety of everything. Google said 0 search results.
Yeah. So this is interesting. I feel like, oh man, it's tough. I didn't know I was going to be put on the spot like this, and like you're going to ask me if what I would do with the book.
No, this is more of an interrogation.
Okay, so honestly, I'm a curious person.
You're going to write a name in the book.
I would probably do exactly what my homeboy Lighto did.
Good old Lighto.
Good old Lighto. I'd probably do exactly what he did.
Right. He's got the TV on. Okay.
Yeah.
He sees that there's this hostage situation at a daycare.
Yeah.
And they actually conveniently show a picture of the guy holding them hostage. And he takes the Death Note and he writes the guy's name in there.
Yeah.
40 seconds go by. And during that 40 seconds, okay, because 40 seconds when you're just sitting there is actually a really long time.
It is, yeah. Even in...
like when you're waiting for something to happen.
Yeah, it is a really long time, and it even was in like TV world where it wasn't a full 40 seconds. It was still like, oh man, come on, let's just get to it already.
Right. And the guy dies.
All the hostages come out and they go in,
drops.
and he has died.
Yeah.
This book works.
It works. So, okay, so your first, you realize this thing works. This is, I just killed a person. Are you thinking that, though? Like, ooh, I just killed a person? Or are you thinking, I just saved all those people?
No, I'm thinking I just killed a person.
You killed a person, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of... this one's a tough one. I definitely believe in second chances, which Lido does not. No. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm like, oh, shoot, like, that was kind of crazy. Let's never do that again. I did save those people. So, like, I'd probably talk myself into it being like, okay, that was okay because I saved all these people.
It was just a one-time thing.
It was just one-time thing.
I didn't know it would happen. It did happen, but you know what? I saved those people.
Yeah.
And then what do you do with the death note?
I put it in a lockbox.
In a lockbox.
Yep, and I don't go back to it.
Okay. So, again, your decisions don't exactly match up with Light's decisions.
No, they don't match up with Light. Yeah.
I'm
gonna go with Lido because in Canada, Light's is a female singer, so it just sounds weird to me. So I'm gonna stick with Lido.
Light is a female singer in Canada.
Yeah. So I'm gonna stick with Lido.
Okay. He definitely does not put it away. He a little like it shows the book later, the notebook later, and he just has like pages and pages filled out of names.
Okay, this part was insane. Okay, because like he opens up the book. Like, okay, so in TV time, like a minute has passed. Right. And he opens up the book and there's just like pages and pages of notes. Or like pages and pages of names. So you're like, oh man, like he has probably had this book for months and he has just been like killing all of these crooks. And it shows a title card of like it being 5 days.
It was 5 days.
It was 5 days, and he had
he just
50
massacred like every like most wanted list.
Every single person. It was insane. when they came up that it was 5 days, I lost my mind. Right, it was crazy.
Yeah.
And then they flash. Okay, then they flash to him writing the names,
and he's
in those 5 days.
He's crazy.
What a great sequence.
Right.
Like, okay, straight up, this was... I haven't watched anime before, but I'm like a fan of the art. Like, I'm a fan of anime-style art.
Mm-hmm.
When I was a teenager, I would always have, like, my desktop background as some sort of anime thing. I just really, really love the art. And so this, like, again, with this anime show, it looks great. And that scene where he's just, like, frantically writing names and they're doing, like... Yeah, the music, and they're doing all these cuts to people dying and him writing it and people dying and him writing it and people dropping. It was awesome.
Yeah,
that was
like
exciting.
One of the coolest montages.
It was a great montage. It was like montages are something to usually make fun of.
Right.
And it was it was great. It was that moment in the show where I was like, this is going to be a good show.
Right. It's like so the montage is usually used like when the couple finally gets together and they're going out on their date and everything's everything's great. But no, it's Light just sitting in his bedroom writing name after name and cutting to the people as they die.
It was so like just intense.
And he's so over the top about it too.
Oh yeah.
Ugh. That really was a great scene. But
it was great, yeah.
Now let's talk about, because we actually find out how the Death Note made its way to Earth.
Yeah, this is where we kind of find out what's going on.
Right. So there's this Shinigami, which is a death god. Okay.
Nice. You pulled that name out just like nobody's business.
You like that? Because like you said,
Shinigami.
I'm a fanatic.
Yeah, exactly. I would have been like, there's this demon Shinaguragura.
I attribute it somewhat to now being an expert on the show.
Oh, totally, yeah. Makes sense.
Actually, completely to me being an expert on the show. Ryuk has dropped it. It's his book, and he has dropped it. Okay, but he drops it on purpose. He drops it down there because he's bored.
Yeah, his world sucks.
Yeah, there's nothing to do up there. Everything's already destroyed. There's other death gods, but they're just kind of hanging around. They got nothing to do.
He drops it for pure entertainment value.
Yep. Let's see what happens when the first human comes across this book and picks it up.
Yeah, and like, okay, so the part where we need to kind of realize how insane that part of it is too. Like how really just dark that is.
It's
like,
a game.
That is like,
this whole thing is a game.
It's a game. That is like if I was to come across a bunch of kids playing and I just threw a knife into the middle of them because I'm bored. Like that is the level
Last one alive gets candy.
Yeah, that that is the level of insanity that this guy dropping his death note on Earth is.
Right. So yeah, Light picks up. Now here's the thing. Light believes that, and you get this kind of at the end too. Light believes that he was meant to find this death note.
Oh, totally. This scene with him and Ryuk is amazing.
Yeah.
Because Ryuk is just like, oh yeah, I was bored, so I just threw it down on Earth. And he's like, what? Why? You chose me, right? Like, why did you choose me? And he's like, what are you talking about? I didn't choose you. I just threw it on Earth. Why do you think it's written in English? Right. It's like, it's the most common language. That's why I wrote it in English. Like, Leito just thinks like, it's this mentality that he is the best and he's the smartest. He's like, I have been chosen to rid the Earth of all the trash in it.
Right.
And so that's why he goes crazy and insane with it, because he's like, he has that like narcissistic attitude where he's just like, I'm better than everyone, so this is my job. My job is to do this.
He's throwing out phrases like, so this new world that he's going to create to where there will be no crime because people will be too afraid to do anything, or even if they do commit a crime, he'll be there to kill them. He's saying things like he's going to be a god of this new world.
Oh yeah, he has a plan. He's like, I'm going to kill everybody who is actually a criminal by heart attack, and everyone who's just a douchebag, I'm going to kill them by accident.
Yeah.
So everyone's going to be able to figure it out.
And
they're going to be able to know that if you're a criminal, you die by heart attack. If you're a D-bag, you die by accident, and they'll know that I'm behind it. Right. Or they'll know that somebody's behind it.
And Ryuk tells him, he said, just so you know, the person who writes a name in this, when he dies, actually, I'll be the one to write your name down in my other death note. This is kind of a cool moment where they set up that Ryuk has another one, too. Yeah, and you're not going to heaven or hell. Yeah. There's nothing there.
Oh, yeah, there's nothingness for you.
Right.
So here's another thing that I really, really picked up from this conversation that was, again, very interesting. That Leito was like, oh, the demon's here. I knew it. I knew this was going to happen. All right, punish me. Like, I've killed all these people. Bring it on. What's the punishment? And he's like, what are you talking about? There's no punishment. Like, I'm enjoying watching you do whatever you want to do. So, like, this is another point where it's like, why is Leito doing this self-destruction stuff, right? He's like, he's gonna do it, and then he's like, all right, yeah, he's here, and now punish me.
Yeah,
like,
he even says that he will sacrifice his own mind and soul to do this.
Yeah, it's like...
He's so full of himself.
He's so full of himself. This is such a... Like, the cool thing about this show is just that there's just, like, nobody who is a good character. Like,
right.
In this first episode, there's nobody who's good. Like, Leito, your main character, is just a narcissistic, crazy guy.
The nicest person in the show is the mom.
Oh, yeah.
And he just blows her off, the whole time.
Yeah.
Okay, so where the first episode leaves off is with him thinking he's going to be this god that he can control pretty much the world at this point.
Oh, and he said, like, he's going to remake the new world.
Right.
Yeah.
And the last episode picks up with him thinking the exact same thing.
It picks up with him thinking the exact same thing and him thinking that he's there. Like, he has succeeded.
He's God.
Yeah. You pick up the episode and he's like, boom, I did it. I've cleaned up the world. I am God.
You're welcome.
Yeah, exactly. You're welcome, everybody who's trying to kill me right now.
Right. So there's the phrase, absolute power corrupts absolutely. Right? That's exactly this show.
Oh, yeah. This is that you can just tell as soon as we get to that final episode, you know all the stuff that's happened.
Oh,
like, you know what he is all the way down like the whole. He is.
They mentioned that he's killed his own dad.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, he is off the rails. He just thinks he is king of the world. He thinks he's made the new world. He's crazy. He's spewing all these stats, like crime rate is down 70% since I started murdering everyone, and like he thinks he is like God's gift to this world.
Right, and here's the thing: all the stuff that he said he would do in the first episode, he has done by the last episode. He's done.
He has done by the finale. Yeah. Oh, totally.
Yeah. Those weren't empty promises.
No, he has done them, and really just like. Honestly, it was a great start to that final episode because he has been found out, but he's just been found out right at the beginning of the episode. So he does this sort of, oh, it's not me, what are you talking about? Backing out thing, but only for a few seconds.
Right.
And then he just gets into the evil laugh, I am the greatest, I am God.
Well, right before there's a chance to where he could say, "Oh no, that's not me," where he could like deny it was him.
Yeah.
He's like saying, "Yeah, I did it. This was me." And then that thing happens. He's like, "Oh no, it's not me." And everyone's like, "You 3 seconds ago you said you did it.
3 seconds ago you said it was you."
Yeah. Yeah. So they got him. He did. Yeah. He did everything he was going to do, but the world reacted not in a way he didn't expect people to react that way. I don't think.
No, he didn't expect people to be upset.
Right, they should have been bowing before him,
cleaning the streets up. Yeah, he thought that they should be thankful because he's the only one who could do this.
Yeah,
and that's why it fell in his hands because no one else would be able to do it.
Right, he was chosen to do this.
Yeah,
he's still by the last episode, even though he's been told that it was a fluke that he found, he just happened upon it. Okay.
Yeah.
He still believes that he was meant to have that Death Note.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Nothing has changed in the meantime.
No. He's only become more emphatic about it. Okay.
Yeah, a little more crazy. This is what I noticed about like from the first to the last episode. They talk in the first episode and he just yells everything in the last episode. Like right. he is so convinced about everything he thinks.
Yeah, he's so far gone.
He's so far gone. Yeah, he's gone. Yeah.
But they have him. They have him.
Oh yeah. He's surrounded.
Right. So he decides that he's got in his watch, like if you turn the time turner just right, this little compartment will come out, and he's got this folded up piece of the Death Note with him. So he goes
super cool idea.
Right.
That you can rip off a piece of the notebook, and as long as you still are writing in that piece of notebook, it still works.
It works. So it's still the Death Note.
Yeah, he's got this secret compartment in his watch where he can pull out a little piece and write on it. It's a great idea.
Right, so he knows their names. The people who have him surrounded, he knows their names. He knows their face. He's going to take them out. But he goes to pull it out, and he just gets gunned down.
He gets gunned down. So he just gets gunned down in his arm, like in his hand that he's trying to pull it out with. Then is his shoulder, and then he just like is still trying to move towards them. He just gets gunned down hard.
Yeah.
But so the gun down scene, another fantastic scene where. Like, it's very intense. It's two guys yelling at each other. And the guy who gunned him down seemed like he was some sort of friend.
Yep.
And he shoots him a bunch of times, like shoulder, arm, other shoulder, like leg. He's shot him a bunch of times.
He's going to shoot him in the head.
Yeah, Leto falls down. He goes to shoot him in the head. He pulls the trigger. It's a bang. It cuts to like the sun or something, like sunset, something like that. And then it slowly pans down and you see that he shot right beside his head. I thought that was really cool.
But hold on. I don't think he was going to shoot him in the head.
Oh, he wanted to. Someone pushed the gun away.
Right. The guys who were there grabbed him.
Yeah, someone pushed the gun away so that he didn't shoot him in the head. But I just like that we didn't see anything. Like, he pulled the trigger. I thought he was dead. Even with like the panning to the sunset and the panning down, I was like, oh, like we're panning down to a dead body, and then you see that there's a bullet hole right beside his head, so he actually didn't shoot him in the head.
But that's the thing. I don't know if he really even could have, because as he was told in the first episode, when he dies, it's going to be because Ryuk writes his name in his death note.
Yeah, you know what? To me, it would have been like, I'd never even thought about that, and it would have been awesome if that guy didn't get his gun pushed away, and he just like was lined up, went to shoot, and shot, and is like right beside his head, and he's like, "What? What just happened?" Like that would have been cool. But yeah, it was good.
Yeah. So Light actually makes it out. There's confusion. He makes it out. So he's like, he's
there's
so
confusion. Yeah, you got to talk about what the confusion is.
Yeah.
The confusion was ridiculous. His, like, partner in crime stabs himself in the chest. And there's just, like...
There's blood.
Like,
it's just
everywhere. It's spewing on the camera, which is... I'm a sucker for something like this, where it is clearly a drawn show, and they act like they're filming it.
Right.
They act like he's spewing blood, and it gets on the camera lens. I loved that.
Yeah, this is like a Quentin Tarantino scene.
Oh, totally. Yeah, exactly. It is a Kill Bill scene where you get stabbed, and it's just like... waterfall out of his chest, and so everyone's like, "Whoa, waterfall of blood!" And so they all like rush towards that guy, and Leto escapes.
Yes, but they could easily catch him. He's limping away. All right,
he's barely moving
so many times here.
They could catch him so easy. He's like barely walking.
So they go towards him, and the main guy who has like really like checkmated him. Says, no, don't worry about it. Let him go. Eventually, he's going to stop running on his own.
He's not going to make it very far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this scene where Light is hobbling away and the sun's going down and, like, this is, and Ryuk is sort of just like watching from above.
Yeah.
Everything, like, it reminds you that this whole thing here was just as entertainment for the Shinigami.
Oh, yeah. Exactly. Ryuk is sitting up there, and he's just like, oh, yeah, that was good. Like, that was fun. Good job.
Right. Any sort of importance that Light felt...
was nothing.
Right. Was only what he attributed to himself.
Oh, man. So, yeah, just like Ryuk was just... This is all he wanted. He dropped his death note, and he got his show.
Yep.
Oh.
And there he is, like, right at the end, writes in Light.
Yeah, he writes in Light, and Light dies. And, like, it's almost heartbreaking, but, like, Light is also terrible.
He needed to die.
He's a terrible person, yeah. It's, like, to the point where, honestly, you hate him right away.
Right.
It's not even like a slow descend. It's not even like a Walter White descend. It's just like you hate him right away.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This guy's crazy from the beginning.
He's crazy from the get-go. Like, from...
It's like The Shining. The first scene is opening up on Jack Nicholson, and he already looks nuts.
He's already nuts. Yeah, it is that. As soon as they did the scene where he had, like, the notebook filled with names, and it was like 5 days later.
Yeah.
As soon as you hit that,
well,
you're like,
that
okay,
didn't take long.
Yeah, okay, I know this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he dies on like the stairs of whatever subway or something,
but what I thought worked so perfectly about these, and I'm just gonna say it right now, this was a great last show.
Yeah, so we were just talking about the first and last being an expert, and the transitioning of us talking from first to last. We didn't even have to be like, okay, now the last episode,
right?
Like. It was so smooth, and that is exactly how it was watching it. Yep. Watching the last episode was, you knew exactly where you were, and you knew exactly what went on.
Exactly. Yep.
It was a great last show.
Yeah, because the whole thing is, like, you can tell that the show had focused on Light and everything that he was doing, but that wasn't the real story. Like the whole premise of the idea. The premise was that it was just a game.
Yeah.
That was the whole thing.
You got that from the beginning, and you got that at the end. It's just a game for this Ryuk guy who looks terrifying, we haven't even mentioned.
Right. When he sprouts those wings.
Oh my goodness.
In the first episode, damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so this worked really well. The first and the last episode, it was like seamless. It was one story. You knew everything you needed to know.
And honestly, just like another thing that just painted it really nice in the first last was the opening song in the first episode is like a pop song.
Yeah.
And the song opening up the last episode is a metal song.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is, I watched the pop song and I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be fun. And like the beginning of the show is kind of like, oh, okay, let's see where this goes. Like, I'm still feeling kind of lighthearted from that pop song. And then when you get to the last one and it's metal, you're like, oh yeah, we're going serious here. Things have gone bad. Like,
right.
I kind of like, okay, so the opening credits were really long in both cases because I think they played the entire songs in both
I
cases.
think so.
But I loved the choice of the different songs.
Right. It definitely
Loved
set
it.
the mood.
Yeah.
For
It set the mood for both of them. It was actually kind of perfect for both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So let's get into Hero and Zero. Who'd you like? Who'd you hate?
This was tough for me because Hero was really tough for me because I basically didn't like anybody.
Right.
But Hero for me, like, it became easier once we got to the end, but at the beginning I was like, who am I going to pick for Hero? Once we got to the end, it was pretty easy for me to pick the investigator that was kind of bringing up everything to him.
Okay.
And saying that I want to say she, but I think it was a he.
That happens a lot in anime.
You're right, yeah. Like, I want to say she, but I think somebody referred to him as he. So I'm going to say he. The investigator had all these like little finger puppets.
Yep.
He was like playing out the scenes like of like, we know you did it because of this, and he's like playing out the scenes with his little finger puppets. This guy was great for me.
Yeah,
I love
was
that.
a he.
I love that little whatever, like his nuance or whatever he does. That was cool to me. I gotta nail that guy as my hero.
And he was just so confident the whole time.
Oh yeah.
Like he knew he had him. He was so far ahead of him.
Yeah, he knew he had him, and even like his buddies, like even the other people around who are with him on the investigation are just like, all right, like we get it, like chill. Like, even they don't like him. Like, it's just like he's so confident in what he does. Like, I really liked that guy.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good pick. My hero actually is, just because I find I love that he sort of orchestrated the whole thing. So Ryuk is my hero.
Okay. Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
He's so interesting. He's the one who's so far ahead of everyone else. Like,
exactly.
Whatever these humans are doing, they're doing because he made it happen.
Yeah, he made it happen, and he's just watching it. Like, he is us.
He's got
us
the
sitting on our
popcorn.
couch
He's
watching
like,
it. Yeah, exactly. He made it happen.
Right. Yeah. So he's my hero. I found him to be. He's not actually good by any means.
No. Yeah.
But he's definitely. He was one of the most interesting for me.
Yeah. So like for me, Zero, I could go with two options, but I'm just gonna go just straight down the pipe with the easy one and go with Lido.
There you go.
Yeah, he's just like, he is not a great person, and it is clear from the get-go.
Right.
So he's what's making the show tick, but he is my Zero.
Okay. So where you pick Lido, I'm gonna pick Light.
Okay, yeah, different guy.
Right, yeah. Light was my least favorite character. Or not least favorite character. He was my Zero.
Yeah.
For the same reasons that Lido was yours.
Yeah.
Now, would you not do you have to, but would you watch any more of the show?
This is very interesting. So when I finished the pilot episode, I stopped it. I turned to Laura and I said, I don't want to watch the last. I was really into it. Yep. Awesome show. Like, I really, really was into this show. I wanted to watch more of it. I get to the finale, and it was just a seamless connection between first last, just a great first last show. So, not that I need to watch more, but I would definitely watch more.
Perfect.
I'm going to go back and watch more. I really, really enjoy this.
Yeah, here's the thing about Death Note. The ending, that's the only way that it could end. Like, it told you from the beginning how it ends.
Yeah.
So you already know
exactly. It laid it out in that pilot how it's going to end. So really, all you had to do was do what you said, and they did it.
Right. So, I of course would watch more. Watching these episodes again made me want to rewatch the whole show.
It is actually, like, honestly, it is so great. It is a great show.
Yes. Awesome. Awesome. So, rating. What are you gonna give it?
Oh, okay. So it's not really super tough, but I'm in between two numbers. But I am gonna go. I'm just gonna straight up go with a 9.
Okay.
I was between 8 and 9, and just the seamlessness. Not so much seamlessness because you have to catch up a bit to the finale, but just like that presenting in the first episode how this ends, and then getting to the end and being like, oh yeah, that's how it ended. It's really good for me. It's a first last show that gets a 9 for me.
Okay. Yeah, the idea that they already knew how this was going to end in the first episode. You knew that. Like you could tell that they already knew. And just because it does work so well, like you said, and not only does it work well, but it's also really fun to watch. It's a really great show. The animation is fantastic. The music is great. The intros, yes, they are way too long.
They're very long. Yeah.
But with all of that said, I feel like I have to give it this, and I'm also going to give it a 9.
Awesome. Yeah, it was good one for our first show coming back and just going with, you know what? We are going to be a first last podcast from now on.
Right.
We get a show that's a 9.
Yeah, because we had discussed that before we even watched the show.
Yeah.
It wasn't we watched Death Note and we were like, man.
We discussed it before. And like, honestly, if this was a case where Leto gets away in the end, this gets a low rating because of that reason.
Because it wouldn't connect.
It wouldn't connect. This just made sense. They stayed true to their show. You get the first last. That's all you need. Honestly, that is all you need. I will watch more, but all you need is the first last. This is a great first last show.
Let's get out of here.
Later.